All right. Well, good Tuesday afternoon, everybody. I've got one of my favorite guys out there to talk to always is Crazy Horse coach James Bagwell, who's also serving as a Sacred Hoops coach for the 16 and under girls team. James, thanks for taking a minute today.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me, Rich.
It's been interesting following your ladies over the last couple of weeks. It's been a pretty successful run. Um, one thing that you mentioned to me last week was it kind of all starts on defense with your girls. Can you just give me a little bit of a taste of the defensive prowess that makes up your team?
Yeah, well, we have a good balance. We have a lot of length. We got some tall kids. We got a legit 6'3" post player, Kellen, and then we got Reese who's about a legit 5'11", 6 foot, I think. So we long and athletic, and then our wing players, Stella and Kaylee, and then we got Reese. We got those guys, Lexi. We got those guys, and then we have Taylor, Duncan, and Tatum, and like so we're so athletic and quick, and like everybody's mobile. Like even Kellen, she's 6'3", but like she can switch out and guard a guard, like, and I won't have no problem with that. That's how mobile she is. And we really, we just play man to man. We defend the ball well. We got good help side principles. We help off the drop, gap help, and then we close out really well. And then we get a rebound and we're out. We're fast. We go. So that's like 80% of our offense right there.
So here we go. You grabbed this team like, I don't know, 2.5, 3 weeks ago, had a couple
Yeah.
practices, went to the first tournament, and came back and won that tournament. Did the same thing last weekend. What's been the key to kind of your team gelling so quickly? It seems like these girls will play hard for each other. They play, they love each other. What's been the
Yeah.
key to like making that happen so fast?
I think you hit it on the head with that. I mean, they definitely play for each other. A lot of them I think go to the same school, if I'm not mistaken, our roster. They're unselfish. They all compete. Like they have the same, they have like the same mindsets. They compete. They help each other. Even offensively, I just go basic motion. And I just told them like from day one, I'm like, I'm not the type of guy that's gonna try to control you guys too much on offense. We do spacing for our one in. We do our concepts. Our spacing. You make a play, hit the open guy, take good shots, and they have a high basketball IQ because they take really good shots. They play within themselves. So it's just it just rolls from there.
You talked about the competitiveness and also the work ethic of the girls when we were getting warmed up here to chat for a minute. Uh,
Yeah.
you promised me nobody's going to outwork the girls. Can you just expound on that a little bit?
Yeah. One thing about us as I've grew to learn. First off, the first very day I went to practice, I broke it up guards and bigs. Had some guys doing a drill. It was a shooting drill. It was a simple, shoot, replace, follow your shot, hit the next guy. You got to make the end. Anyway, they did that. Like they worked themselves into to a lather. Like just worked so hard. So I was like, holy crap! And like that was just off a drill, one drill. So I was like, wow. And then we get to the games and they just go, 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 sub out, go, 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 and like they just like from all game, it doesn't stop. Even when we was in our first tournament, we was in a very close game, a championship game, we won by one. Like we really had to make plays. That game, that was with Coach T's team, Coach O's team, and like the girls, they like nobody's gonna outwork us or outcompete us. I don't see that happening. We're very competitive and a very hardworking group, and that's from top to bottom. So it's pretty awesome to be a part of.
So you're going to hop in a car here and jaunt your way down to Wichita in the
Yeah.
next 24 hours. I mean, what's the excitement level like? I mean, for you and even the girls, kind of. I think you had practice earlier this week. What's the overall excitement level for your girls?
They're all pretty excited. And I am too. We playing in Sioux Falls. The last couple of weeks. We kind of got a rhythm there, and then carrying some momentum going down here. It's gonna be. I told him I was like, it's 20 teams. Like this is this is gonna be tough. But as far as competition wise, for myself too, being new to this AAU scene, we're gonna go down and see a whole bunch of teams from everywhere. So it's part of AAU, part of basketball. You want to compete against the best, and so I'm looking to see where we measure up. Like I say, I know our competitive nature, man, and I know how the girls get after it. And You know, they're very nice kids, but they get after it when that ball tips off. They really get after it. So, you know, they fight through screen. They do the small things. But you notice in AU, well, what I noticed, depending on the team, some teams, you know, in AU, kids like to score. It's about offense score, but you know, you don't have really teams that's really going to dig down defensively like that, like how we do, you know, and our kids don't, you know, my girls don't care. That's what they're going to do. They're going to play both ends the same exact way. They're not going to let off the gas.
So I kind of follow you on social media. Some might say stalk even. I don't know. I'm aware of what's going on with you. And one of the things I saw the other day is you were kind of talking about the Sacred Hoops experience and, you know, having the opportunity to work with these girls for the last 2.5, 3 weeks or sort of thing. And I think you used the word something like, I'm in basketball heaven right now. Can you just, like, I don't know, tell us a little bit more about that, like how exciting this has been for you and what you're kind of new to Sacred Hoops and what this has meant to you.
Yeah, well, you know, like I say, to coach AU in general, I never had the opportunity, so I'm grateful for the opportunity. Thanks to Bertram and Sam and all those guys, Jordan. So that alone is a great experience. But you know, like coaching this team, you know, the bench is just into it just as much as the guys on the floor. Like, and I'm intense. And like they're intense. They probably more intense than me at times. Like that's how much they're into it, and they want each other to do well. You know, like that camaraderie, that environment is just great to be in. You know what I mean? Even each tournament we have lost one game. Even after that, you know, it's just like, look, this is what we need to do. We need to do this, and then just say no more. They just go out there and do it. And like I said, they work so hard. They're very coachable. You know, smart kids, high basketball IQ, and you know they're a really fun group to be around too because they cracking jokes and they just like laughing here and there, and they just, you know, they be themselves and they're a pretty good personality, so good, you know, good group. To coach at this level, you know, coaching at Crazers, you know, you building things up, you know, and that's cool. That's a good. But you know, for myself, I just never knew, like, hey, you know, what if you had the guys, you know, if you just got these guys, you know, a group, and then what could you do? So this is kind of giving me confirmation for myself. So in that regard, you know, it's like, okay, well, you're on the right track, you're on the right path, you know. So that's cool too.
How about those Sacred Hoops parents too? Like every time I post something about you and the girls, and even just a picture, and like James' team did well, it just goes off, man. Yeah. Like the parents of these girls, just I mean, I don't know. It seems like they bought in, and you guys have become a real family in just a couple of weeks.
Yeah. The parents are very supportive. They come to practice. They'll sit in at practices. You know, they they see how guys working and they hear the jokes too. So they're like getting laughs too on the side. Because like I said, our practice. I know, you know, for those, the whole group likes to work hard. They have fun working hard. Like it's just like, you know, we're working hard. We're gonna crack some jokes in it. We're gonna but we stand on task and we stand in the moment, and it is great. And you know, they come to the tournaments, they cheering for us and things like that. So, you know, that's been great too. That's been a great experience to make those connections. You know, probably some connections I probably wouldn't have made if it wasn't for the opportunity with Sacred Hoops. So that's great. That's a great opportunity as well.
James, I'm going to wish you well on this trip going down to Wichita, man. Good luck, and do us proud down there, man. We're going to be watching and keeping our eyes on that bracket all weekend.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Rich. I appreciate it. Looking forward to it.